Hey, Tom here. Welcome to my channel, Tom Loves DIY. I'm here at my little tiny workbench crammed into the front of my garage to do a couple of projects that I think you might find interesting. I like them in part because I'm taking things that would normally just be thrown away and repurposing them into something useful. So appreciate it if you'd stick around, maybe subscribe and click the like button if you find this at all interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching. I discovered something while I was working on putting these together, and this clamshell has a post here, and when the wire comes in you have to strip back the insulation to all but about 1/4 of an inch and then take the individual wires around in order for them to attach to the posts. And that's because the screw that goes through here comes down into that post. So I have another style. This one is very different. The insides slide in and out. So put the cable through here, slide it out to whatever length you need, attach the wires, and then it pulls back in. That turned around properly. And then the screw just screws into that spot. Now that allows me to put some strain relief here, which I think is pretty important for an extension cord. So I'm going to try both of them, but I think I'm going to like this one better. We'll see. So I've cut back the insulation, and the wires now go around this post. But there's only about 1/4 of an inch here that's being captured by the clamshell. I'm pretty sure this will close. Yep, it does close, but I'm not loving it. Seems pretty stiff. We'll go with it and see what happens. Okay, I've put the orange connector on and then put on a couple pieces of shrink tubing. Always like to do that if there's any size discrepancy, and you can see that's a little wobbly. So I'm hoping that when I get this set up, I'll be able to pull this through. I don't want to do it now because that might mess this up. I've got two pieces on here, a smaller piece underneath and a slightly larger piece on top. That gives it a little bit of a step here, so that as this is pulled over, theoretically it will come up on here and lock in. So next is to attach these, and then this whole unit will slide in with the wires. I don't know if you can notice this, but these wires on this long cord that came off the pond pump are about half the gauge of the wires that were on the toaster cord. I think that's simply because the toaster pulls a lot more current and you need a heavier gauge wire. So this extension cord will end up being a pretty light duty cord. I don't think I'm going to be attaching anything that's pulling 15 amps, and I will check the pond pump and see what its amp rating is so that I stay within some reasonable limits with what I use. So time to attach. So I have the wires attached. Hopefully this will be enough to get it past the post, and it will fold down like so. Let's go down to the post side because I think that's where I need to work on it. So get it down here by the post, get everything out of the way, and you can again see that it's just barely coming in there. Close down the clamshell. Now that's grabbing pretty good. I think I managed to get that right. So I'll screw this down. All right, not bad. I think that will work. And I've got myself a heavy-duty 4-foot extension cord. Now to do the long one with the Lowe's orange connector and see if that works a little easier. So there it is. Managed to get that double layer of shrink tubing in, and I'm really happy with this one because that provides some strain relief against the cord so that all the force of this, where it's grabbing it, won't be transmitted directly here. Nice and smooth, screws screwed in, everything works. This is going to work really well. So I now have 2 extension cords rather than throwing something in the landfill. And you can probably get by with either one of these. I frankly like the a little more expensive one from Lowe's than the cheaper one from Home Depot, simply because of the way this post is placed in the unit. But it worked. Just a little bit of a hassle. So there you go. Thanks for watching.